Alright, welcome back guys, and welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here at Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm be giving you guys something different and giving you my pitch for a Power Rangers movie. Now, if Power Rangers is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you miss more Power Rangers content from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Now, for my movie pitch, the movie that I would start off with would be the Power Rangers with the Green with Evil storyline. Now, since the 2017 movie did the whole origin story of the Rangers, I would totally skip that just to make this movie a little bit different. I know some people might want the origin story, but to me, I think since we would just be off the heels of a 2017 movie, this is just make believe. I know that Hasbro's making a movie already, but this is just me if I was pitching them a movie. But we'd focus on the Green with Evil story, no origin story, and instead I would have them either do a voiceover from Zordon explaining everything that's happened, or I would have the little reel that they do in Star Wars that shows and gives the information of what has been going on. That would be my one or two options. You can pick what you'd rather want to see. But from there, we'd pick up with our Rangers engaged in a battle between Goldar. Now, different from other adaptations of Power Rangers, I would give Goldar this power where every time he fights the Rangers, he gains more power. Now, this would go forward in a storyline where towards the end where he has a lot of power and fights the Rangers at the end of the movie. So every time the Rangers fight him, he gains more power. Now, once he has gained more power, you got Rita, who gets furious with him and decides that she wants to go about fighting the Rangers with a different idea and calls Goldar pretty much a failure. Now, we would get some civil scenes with the Rangers in their regular day life, and we'd see them meet Tommy at the youth center, and we'd see some scenes with them and Zordon, and we'd see a little bit of Bulk and Skull. Now, for Bulk and Skull, I would have them in this movie, but I'd have them in a small role, and unlike in the MMPR Season 1, I'd have them be wanting to figure out who the Rangers are and going after them. So you'd see them throughout this movie, following them around with their video cameras, trying to video them, similar to Cassidy and Devin in Dino Thunder. That's how it would go. However, once we get this moment, we got Zordon, who calls our Rangers back to the command center and tells them he has picked up on a strange energy signal coming from KO-35. Now, KO-35 would be introduced here as a little Easter egg foreshadowing future movies. So the MMPR Rangers would go to KO-35 to retrieve the energy signal. Now, in that same time, you would have Goldar sent there by Rita, who battles them for this new energy source, which is the Green Ranger powers, unknowns to both sides. And in that process, you got Goldar, who succeeds in winning the powers and getting them for himself. Now, at the same time, you'd also have Rita, who has been watching the Rangers and sees Tommy's potential as the Green Ranger, and kind of decides maybe that he's the idea for her Green Ranger. Now, once our Rangers return home, Zordon informs them that they have picked up on some strange energy signals and that they should be on the lookout because he has a feeling that there's something coming and that our Rangers should be prepared. Now, from there, we'd go to see Rita actually kidnap Tommy, and we'd go through the whole process of her mind controlling him and making him her evil Green Ranger, and telling him to take out the Rangers. Now, we do get a good scene between them fighting the Rangers as Zordon alerts them that the Green Ranger is coming, and they end up going off to fight him, and we get a good scene there. And however, in between that, you got Zordon who's working on figuring out who the Green Ranger is, but you got Rita, who inadvertently sends Goldar down to take out the Rangers, and you got the Green Ranger who is teleported into the command center, and that's where you'd see him destroy the command center and take out lose their connection with Zordon and Alpha. But as they're going out, you got Zordon, who would warn them that he knows who the Green Ranger is. However, before he can give that information, he's cut off, so the Rangers are unable to know the information of who the Green Ranger really is. Now, from there, we would get our Rangers, having heard Zordon's voice, they run off and go back to the command center. However, again, they find it trashed and destroyed, and that Alpha's been deactivated and Zordon's no longer there. And at that point, you got Billy, who decides he's going to try to fix it all up together with the help of Trini. And then Kim remembers that she had originally talked to Tommy earlier in the day back when they were at the youth center and had originally planned to hang out with him, and feels bad that they didn't actually follow through with that. So she takes Jason and Zach, and then they would go back to the school and try to find Tommy. Now, Jason would find Tommy and he would invite them to come out and hang out with them. However, Tommy would tell him that he needs to grab something first from school and he'll meet him there. Now, however, that's just a ruse, of course, and as Jason turns his back on Tommy, Tommy would use his powers to send him to Rita's moon palace, similar to what happened in the show. Now, from there, you would have Rita, who orders Tommy to meet her at the beach, and you'd have the scene similar to the TV show where she has him face off against a group of putties in order for her to gift him the Sword of Darkness. In order, if he passes, of course he does, and he's gifted the Sword of Darkness. Now, at the same time, you got Jason, who again is teleported to the Moon Palace, and just like in the show, you'd have him face off with Goldar, and the two of them would have a really cool duel between each other, and they'd actually fight. And it would I'm kind of skimming over this stuff, but it'd be a good at least 10 to 15. I try to make it at least a 5 to 10 minute battle. And then once you got Tommy, who's given the Sword of Darkness, you got Rita, who orders him to finish off the remaining Rangers. Now, from there, you would have the rest of the Rangers head off to fight Tommy as he shows up. And you got Alpha, who's left behind, who Billy was able to get back online, who is working to get their connection with Zordon back. Now you get a back-to-back fight as you go back and forth as the Rangers battling Tommy and Jason battling Goldar, and just as each one of them are about to deliver the final blow between Jason and the rest of the Rangers, you would have them teleport away, leaving Goldar and the Green Ranger unsuccessful in their job. And it's revealed that the reason they were able to teleport away was because Zordon was brought back online, which would be pretty much the big moment of the movie where they'd get their information from Zordon, because as they teleport back, you would have Zordon, who gives them the information of who the Green Ranger is. Now, once they get that information, however, our Rangers are called out by Goldar, who Rita had grown to giant size, and our Rangers call upon the Megazord to battle Goldar. Now, I know we have the Megazord coming out late in the movie, however, this is due to the fact that it probably require a lot of CGI, so you'd want to save it for later on in the movie. So you'd get an epic Megazord fight between the Rangers and Goldar. However, as the Rangers are on the verge of winning the battle with Goldar, you'd have Tommy, who comes in and ambushes them, as Rita would give him the Dragon Dagger and gives him the Dragon Sword. At which point, both Goldar and Tommy face off with the Megazord, and the Megazord is severely damaged, and the Rangers are forced to retreat as the Megazord is badly damaged, and they have nothing to fight off Rita with. Now, like I said, we would have them retreat, and as I said earlier, we would have Bulk and Skull be following them around. Now, following the Megazord battle, you would have Rita kidnap Bulk and Skull as a way to call out the Rangers later on in the movie, as at that point with the Rangers without the Megazords, she pretty much delivers an ultimatum for them to surrender by dawn, or she'll destroy Earth and Bulk and Skull as well. So that would be how they'd set up that final battle within the movie. Now, that night you would have our Rangers back at the command center trying to figure out what to do now. Now, our Rangers would be down, and most of them would decide that it's time to surrender. However, Jason would give them a pep talk saying that the world needs them and that they can't surrender to Rita now. And you would have them debate what to do and think that it's over due to the Zords being destroyed. However, they decide to listen to Jason, who they decide to go back to battle in, remembering, what the first time that Zordon had picked them, and we'd have a good flashback to that moment when Zordon had picked them. And then we go to the next day as they go to face off against Rita and her forces. Now, once they get there, you'd have Zach and Kimberly, who would fight off a group of putties and rescue Bulk and Skull, while you'd have Billy and Trini fight off Goldar, and you'd have Jason take on Tommy one-on-one. And during their fight with Tommy, you would have Zordon, who informs Jason that he has to destroy the Sword of Darkness in order to break Rita's spell on him, which of course which Jason would do and free Tommy from his spell, with much to Rita's anger, and they would end up retreating for a bit, and Tommy would agree to help them finish off Rita and her forces, and they end up morphing, and at that moment you'd have Rita, who retreats, but grows Goldar into a giant size, at which point both Tommy and the Rangers would use their Megazords and fight Goldar and have a big final battle between the two of them, and at which point it would end with, of course, the Rangers destroying Goldar and winning the final battle with Rita. Now, I know I said earlier that the Ranger Zords would have been destroyed in the original Megazord fight with Goldar and Tommy as an evil Ranger. However, during the night, you would have had Alpha repairing them, and just as Rita grew Goldar to his giant monster form, I would have Alpha inform them that the Zords were fixed and were ready for battle. Now, again, once Rita's forces are beat, you would have our Rangers go back to the command center to celebrate and welcome Tommy to the team. Similar to the end of the Green Web Evil story arc, and that would pretty much close out the movie for the first trilogy. However, we would then get a post-credit scene at the end of the movie where you would see a shadow, and it'd be talking about how Rita has failed to conquer Earth, and that due to her failure, it is time to give someone else a chance to conquer Earth. And it's not that particular, but something in those lines of how she has failed and that she can no longer be trusted to conquer Earth. And then you would have this person say that in order to conquer Earth, I now bestow the job of conquering Earth to you, Lord Zed. And at that point, you'd pan upwards to see Zed in front of this mysterious character, and it would later on be revealed that it's Dark Spectre, but we wouldn't know this information at that time. But you would end with Lord Zed saying, "I accept your orders," and saying that Earth will be destroyed. And that would pretty much be how the first movie would end. Is given that doing the Green Evil story arc and foreshadowing and setting up a sequel with Lord Zed as the villain. Now, this is just a rough draft of my pitch. I know I brushed over a lot of the Megazords fights and a lot of the hand-to-hand fights. I was just trying to give this quick pitch. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about my pitch. Do you like my movie pitch? Is there certain things you'd change? If you want me to elaborate on something, let me know in the comment section, and I can give you a better elaboration on that section in the comment section. And if you have a movie pitch for a Power Rangers movie, let me know in the comment section. Maybe in the future I'll make a video of taking all your movie pitches and giving my thoughts and opinions on them and going through all your thoughts, all your pitches, and we can just make a fun video out of that. But let me know your thoughts and opinions about my pitch in the comment section down below. And if this video gets a good amount of likes, I might do a video giving my pitch for the sequel with Lord Zed as the villain. So if you want to see that, make sure to hit that like button, and it'll be coming in the future as long as I get enough likes here. And I might even just do it anyway, but if I get a good amount of likes, it will be coming sooner, rather than it would be, if I don't get a lot of likes, it'd probably be pushed back. But if I get a lot of likes and you guys enjoy this video, I will definitely try to make it come out a little bit sooner and give my take on how I would write a Power Rangers sequel with Lord Zed as the main villain. But again, let me know your thoughts and opinions about the video in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, that would be my pitch for the first movie in a Power Rangers Mighty Morphin movie trilogy. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way, you're missing more Power Rangers content from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the bad section of my YouTube channel. As always, I've been Vision Hero Boy Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.